Now I've drawn a small rectangle, it's no bigger than 2 by 3 inches, and I'm going to show you what this little arrangement looks like, so you can choose yourself. So we've got the 3 pots and the ivy comes something round here in this sort of arrangement, and as you can see it's not very interesting. Right, we're going to see if we can arrange these flower pots in a slightly better way than they are before. You might have to move them around quite a bit until you get it right, if you think they're nearer. I mean, I don't know whether the ivy looks okay there, but we're seeing the back of it. So maybe it might be better if actually we come around that way, or maybe this way. I quite like the idea of seeing more of the front of that. No, that's rather dark there. Let's have it as we had it before. I think that's better. Let's see how that goes. I've drawn another small rectangle and I'm going to put in the flower pots as I see them at the moment in my first arrangement, as I think they might look. Got to be careful of these ellipses here, they're quite important to get right, and as I'm drawing it I'm also seeing other things that I hadn't noticed before. I've got a bit of ivy out here. I'm seeing the shapes between, something coming in here and also coming out there, and I don't think that's too bad at all. I think the previous sketch we did was rather small within the shape, so I'm going to make this quite a lot larger and see what it looks like. So I'm really prepared to do quite a few different sketches to see which one I like the best. I'm putting a bit of tone on here that I don't know whether you've noticed, but also I'm trying to think, well, where's the light coming from? And it's coming from that direction, so that this side of my pot is quite dark and this one is also quite dark, so I'll just shade that in and see how that looks. Maybe that would be better within the shape. Don't forget that you've got all sorts of choices. You could make your rectangle upright, you could make your flower pots really large within the shape, so that you could sort of almost getting some sort of quite an abstract look to it. You've really got to think about this quite hard, and of course now I'm realising as I'm doing this that I can't see the ivy at all, so maybe this wasn't such a good idea, and that I'll go back to my third idea. I can only see a tiny bit of ivy in there, which is a pity, or just a bit out here. Do you remember to make these sort of small sketches? They only take a few minutes, almost seconds to do, and it does give you a choice. You're thinking about what you're doing, you're also thinking about shapes, spaces, colour, etc. You're doing your thinking here rather than making mistakes on your final sheet. Most people forget to do this.